Good morning, and thank you for coming. We are here today to talk about the upcoming security modifications project. About a month or so ago, we did discuss the need for expanding the security checkpoint because of the increased capacity during the early morning hours. That project is going to begin this Friday night, and Keith Osborne, the Federal Security Director with the TSA, is here to talk about the project.
Thank you, Valerie. As Valerie mentioned, the construction project phase of the checkpoint modification will begin this Friday evening. The equipment that TSA is going to install on the new checkpoint actually arrived last Monday night, so it's sitting up in the concourse right now. And so what you're going to see is a kind of a phased approach to this. Right now, there's two x-rays that are here in the middle and one x-ray that goes down the west side. The final product will look like this, where there'll be two lanes on either side of the central entrance into the checkpoint. The first phase, we are going to build glass walls down this side and this glass wall to about this point here. That will all be done about next Monday evening, and in the next couple of nights after that, these two x-rays will be put into place. They will be rigged, power will be run to them. They will then start operating them, make sure they're correct, do a test to make sure that they're operational. And the next day, we will then start training our personnel on this equipment. It's different manufacturer than the x-rays we currently have. They are built by Rapid Scan. They are in the configuration we call advanced technology, which means the clarity of the image that the operators see will be much sharper, kind of like going from an old analog TV to an HD TV as far as the monitors and the pictures that the officers will be able to see. So that will happen, and then August 14th, we should have these two x-rays operational and a third x-ray that will be operational on this side of the concourse. They are also going to be, in the first phase, move the walls. They're on the west side of the concourse, and this x-ray will then be in place about August 14th. So we should be able to maintain a 3-lane capacity throughout the construction process. What's going to impact our passengers at the start is when we build this wall, this is only 4 feet wide, this section here. So it's going to be very constricted for passengers that are coming towards the exit or passengers that have to travel this way, particularly if there's traffic in both directions. So it will be a little bit of a constriction, and it will be a little bit inconvenient for passengers. We will have the fourth x-ray installed and all the glass done about August 22nd, so we should then have all 4 lanes operational. Again, there will be a constriction on either side for about 36 feet, but it's only 4 feet wide. The current passageway we have today down the west concourse is 6 feet from the wall to the glass, so it's going to be a little bit smaller than what we have. However, this portion will now be 8 feet wide as opposed to the 6 feet wide that is currently there. We will still have the walk-through metal detectors. We will not have the body imagers here. There is not enough space for those to be installed just yet. So the checkpoint will essentially be as it is today with the equipment, just be a different maker of the x-ray will be installed when all 4 lanes are operational. We are recommending, and the airport will be posting new signage, that if your airline is leaving from the east concourse or from the west concourse, we are recommending that you get into the queue line on that particular side. It will just make it a little bit easier for you to get to your gate. Once you've passed through security on either side, you can access all of the gates as you can today, but again, it will be a little bit constricted for a little bit as you try to get to your gates. Yes, the traffic in the morning continues to remain high. We averaged over 880 people by 7 o'clock in the morning for the month of July, which was pretty similar to what we had during the month of June. And I don't see August as not slowing down, as we did 1,000 folks this morning through the 3 lanes. So again, we recommend that folks get here a couple hours early so that you can get through security, particularly in that morning rush. If you're a arriving passenger, you will notice it's going to be a little bit of an obstacle maze to get through to get to the exit until all of the check lanes are now in operation. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for the passenger, but just give yourself an extra 5 or 10 minutes and you will get to your gate or get to your folks that are greeting you on time. Be happy to entertain any questions at this time.
Now, when did you say this would all be completed?
Right now we anticipate about August 22nd is when all 4 lanes should be operational. On August 14th, we'll have 3 lanes will be operational, but the 4th lane won't be in place yet.
What will these 4 lanes give Wichita Airport that you didn't have before?
Well, it obviously gives us extra capacity to process passengers by 25% increase. So that's a good thing. Now, it's going to help with the morning rush, but it will not eliminate wait times completely. You're still ought to get here in plenty of time to allow to go through security, but it should shorten our average wait time, which in July was roughly about 20 minutes in the peak time period.
Keith, does this impact the search procedures of passengers in any way?
No, the passengers will not see any difference than they see today. We still have the walk-through metal detectors, so pat-downs are still probable if somebody rings off when they go through the walk-through metal detector. The procedures are all the same. Like I said, the X-rays are an improvement over what we have now, but that's mostly just in the clarity of the screen. It's not any more capable than the current X-rays that we have. Any other questions?
What was the biggest challenge in the design of this new?
Well, you realize that the concourses are only 20 feet wide, as is the throat that approaches the concourse is only 20 feet wide. And finding a method in order to place the X-rays in, because typically to put a single X-ray in, we need about 23 feet of width to do this. Currently, the officers are very confined there in the middle. It's very, they have to suck it in to pass one another. It's going to be almost worse in this configuration because there's even less space for the officers than there is today. So the space constraints we have always make it a challenge. Frankly, I was delighted they found a way to put in the 4th lane. We did not anticipate the need for a 4th lane until the new terminal was built. That was designed initially to start with 4 lanes, so I'm anxious for that project to get completed also. Any other questions? Well, thank you for coming, and if you could just, when you talk to the people that on the report, it's important for them to plan for delays when they come to the airport. There's nothing we can do about that, and it is going to be a little bit constrictive for a while, and hopefully the new terminal will solve all those problems. Thank you.